Welcome back to the Kosi Arsenal channel. My name is Kosi. Welcome back to a brand new video. As the chairman, Josh Kroenke, has just confirmed that they will invest once again in the project this summer heavily. Josh Kroenke has been talking to Arsenal Direct, talking to the fans, and of course his message to the Arsenal fraternity as well as we come to the end of the season. And he says, don't give up. This Arsenal project is going to be backed once again with big signings. Arsenal are focused on winning next season, and this summer is going to be about make sure that we actually get to the level we need to win. Of course, Mikel Arteta has also been speaking about why we didn't win the Premier League, and he has said there are two major reasons why Arsenal didn't win the Premier League this season. Reason number one was red cards, and reason number two has been injuries. Do you agree with Mikel Arteta that red cards and injuries are the reasons as to why we didn't win the Premier League this season? Talk to me in the comment box below. And Josh Kroenke says we are going to have a big investment once again in the project this summer. How much do you think we need? And in which positions do you think Arsenal should focus? I want your thoughts and opinions in the comment box below. So let's get into it. Arsenal chairman Josh Kroenke obviously has been speaking to Arsenal Direct about what Arsenal need to do in order to win, but also about the future plans of this Arsenal project. Obviously, we know that it is 6 years now ever since Mikel Arteta was given the job in 2019. And Josh Kroenke has been really positive. If you watch the interview, if you listen to the interview, or if you read it, he's been very positive about this summer, and he's been very positive about next season as well. So he says that we are planning to invest heavily to get behind winning and doing better next season. Our sporting director, Andrea Barta, will play an important role in this. We are crystal clear on exactly what we want to do and the way in which we want to do it, the right way, the Arsenal way. That is Josh Kroenke, Arsenal chairman, confirming, first and foremost, the big part, that Arsenal are going to have a lot of money. Not a lot of money really, but we're going to have money to invest in this summer. Of course, this is different from what we had last summer, where Arsenal was just scrambling around for funds. This summer, we're going to have enough money to buy players. But he also says that come next season, the focus is winning. And for us to win next season, we have the way, the right way, the Arsenal way, and we're going to do it. And that is going to be led by Mikel Arteta and Andrea Barta. Now, it is so refreshing, honestly. It is very refreshing when top management, when the board comes out, a member of the board comes out and speaks to the fans and speaks about the future plans of this team, because that is what Arsenal fans have been talking about in the last many years. Why don't we have direct communication from the board? What is the vision of the club? I mean, the manager can speak, the sporting director can speak, but when one of the Kroenkes comes out and says, we are going to invest once again and we're going to give you money, it sounds different. It sounds very authentic, and it's a little bit refreshing, honestly. So first and foremost, Kroenke, he says that Arsenal, we are going to invest. Arsenal are going to invest again this summer, and we're in the market, and the process of recruitment is going to be led by Andrea Barta. I think it shows you how much everyone in an Arsenal really trusts Andrea Barta. Of course, this is why they brought him. They would have never signed him if they didn't trust him. So they trust him. They really believe in him. They really believe that that next step that Arsenal are willing to take or are yearning to take can be fulfilled and can be done with the help of Andrea Barta. And that is okay. And the other thing that I think Arsenal are really going to invest is because of the presence of Andrea Barta. There is no way Arsenal would have brought in a specialist in transfers if they were not willing to add a huge amount of money to this team, a huge amount of investment to this team. So the presence of Andrea Barta shows you the intention of the Kroenkes. And for me, that has been the loudest and that has been the clearest communication the club has made this season. They went out there and got the best of the best when it comes to signing forward players and signing strikers. Now, you can believe whatever you want, you can say whatever you want, but Andrea Barta is a good sporting director. There's no question about that. He's a bloody good guy at what he does. So for Arsenal to bring in that guy And then Josh Kroenke to come out and say, we are going to have a recruitment process led by Andre Bata, and I assure you we're gonna do very well. I think it really points to the right direction. But the question is, how are Arsenal going to invest, and what kind of areas do we need to invest in order to cause impact next season? It's beautiful because Mikel Arteta has been speaking about the reasons as to why we didn't win, and he was talking about red cards and injuries, and of course they've been a big part, really a big part. But I'm going to explain to you why there is a bigger reason why Arsenal didn't win the Premier League, apart from red cards and apart from injuries, right? So what Arsenal have to do this summer, first and foremost, we've got to secure 150 million. If the Cronkies are serious about this project, if the Cronkies are really going to go all out and spend big money, 150 million should be on the table without player sales, right? Player sales could bring in 70 million. Player sales could bring in an extra 60 or 65 million. That is okay, right? That is absolutely okay. But right now, the Cronkies have got to cough up 150 million for us to compensate for last summer, because we did nothing last summer, and for us to compensate for the January transfer window that had to be right, and it was absolutely garbage. So if we can have 150 million, that would allow us to sign a striker, and that would allow us to sign a winger and Martin Zubimendi. Let's say we spend 50 million on each of them this summer, right, with contract amortization. And then player sales would allow Mikel Arteta to be a little bit flexible, and Andre Bata to be a little bit flexible with other options this summer. We know the manager wants a centre back. We know the manager wants a left back. We know the manager wants a very good second choice goalkeeper, and that would all that could cost you about 80 million. Let's say the goalkeeper is 20 million. And then you have a left back costing about 40 million, that is 60, and maybe you have a young centre back coming in at around 20 million euros. That's about 80 million euros, right? So I think 150 million should be guaranteed this summer if Arsenal are going to do any serious work. Honestly, it's 150 million guaranteed, and then we can raise the money through player sales. But for me, these are the areas that I think Arsenal need to really focus on, and I hope the club is aware of them, because according to the rumors that we have, according to the talk that we're hearing, looks like Arsenal are really aligned with the fans this time. A winger is on the cards, a striker is on the cards, a midfielder is on the cards, and a couple of other positions that the fans are really desperate to reinforce. The club is also desperate to reinforce. For me, it would be a centre forward, preferably Victor Gyökeres or Alexander Isak. Isak might not happen. Gyökeres, sure deal, will happen. And it's a market opportunity, 65 million euros. You can get the deal done. So I think for me, centre forward, Victor Gyökeres, that is where our biggest chunk of the budget should go, right? And I don't even mind getting two, because Mikel Arteta talking about injuries, that shows you and that tells you that the club is aware and they've learned the lesson of not signing quality players, at least two per area, two per position in the squad. So maybe two strikers, and Oli Watkins, and maybe a Victor Gyökeres. That would be nice. Absolutely, absolutely nice. A winger, there is talk that Arsenal are in talks with Brian Bemo, but there's also talk about Rafael Rodrigo. My pick would be Rafael, right? Rafael or Rodrigo. That would be a statement signing, and that would actually bring to life the words of Josh Kroenke that Arsenal are willing to invest. So I would definitely go for Rodrigo or Rafael. In midfield, we've got Martin Zubimendi. I want a number 10 attacking midfielder. Ryan Sharkey, very much available. Very, very much available. So you have Ryan Sharkey available. Xavi Simons is available. All of them have made their decisions to leave their current clubs. And Arsenal need an attacking force. Arsenal need an attacking midfielder. That could be an option right there. So let's wait and see how much Arsenal are going to be given. But Josh Kroenke says that we are going to invest. But he also says that we are going to be behind winning next season, and we're going to do our best in order to win. So earlier on this week, it was revealed by David Ornstein. I was trying to remember. it was revealed by David Ornstein that Arsenal are kind of feeling it's been enough time for Mikel Arteta, and now he needs to win. He needs to bring something back to the fans and give something back to the team after being backed like that. So next summer is going to be high pressure for Mikel Arteta. He's gonna have a lot of money to spend this summer. He's already spent a lot of money in the previous 5 years and 6 years. So it really feels like even in the communication of Josh Kroenke, they want to win something. And yes, of course, they say we're going to do it in the right way. We're going to do it in the Arsenal way. But they want to win. And Mikel Arteta, sure deal, has got to win. So Mikel has been talking to Sky about the reasons why Arsenal didn't win anything this campaign. And these were his statements, right? Mikel said that there are two reasons why Arsenal failed to win or to come close to Liverpool when it comes to winning the Premier League. Reason number one, red cards. Reason number two, injuries. And he says that if you look at the points that Arsenal have had in the last 3 years, it is very, very unique and unfortunate for us not to win anything with the point tally that Arsenal have had over the last 3 seasons. And I agree with that 100%. There's been an element of bad luck. There's been an element of, you're not yet ready to go against Manchester City. There have been those elements. But this particular season, I have a list of reasons why Arsenal didn't win the Premier League. And for Mikel Arteta to just point to one or two of them, I am not really sure he's telling the truth, right? So reason number one, red cards. I agree, right? But the discipline in this team has depreciated astronomically. This Arsenal team is a team that, usually doesn't pick up red cards, even yellow cards, by the way. But to pick up, 5, 6 yellow cards in one season, I think Lewis Kelly has 2, Saliba has got 1, Declan Rice has 1, Leandro Trossard has the other. It has cost us in a season where you couldn't spare and you couldn't afford to waste any single man in your squad. So you have injuries breaking you down, and you have red cards and suspensions breaking you down. And I'm going to back Mikel Arteta here. But why I am not going to back him 100% on red cards is this. Is the discipline problem solvable? Yes, it is solvable. And also, if you look at the players that have been picking up red cards, Trossard picked up 1, never again. Saliba picked up 1, never again. Rice picked up 1, never again. So if I think about those players and the games that they've not played, I understand what Mikel is talking about, but I don't think red cards really comes number one. Injuries. Injuries is true, because we have been riddled with a lot of injuries this campaign. So that one I agree. But injuries are now a reason because of the summer that we had and the January transfer window that we had. Because if we had had a proper summer where we had a centre forward come in, the Kai Havertz injury wouldn't be big. If you had brought in a good backup for Saka, who's not Raheem Sterling, then the Saka injury wouldn't have affected us that much. And even if in the summer, Arsenal didn't do it right, what about in January? There was a chance for us to sign Matisse Tel. We didn't do the deal. There's a chance for us to sign Sané. We didn't do the deal. There's a chance for us to go for a striker. We didn't do the deal. Oli Watkins was there. We didn't do the deal. So Mikel has got to look at it both ways. It's been bad transfers and bad transfer decisions, injuries, unfortunate officiation from lumpens like Michael Oliver, and bad tactics. We've got to talk about it. No one will talk about Arsenal's bad tactics apart from us, the fans. We have had bad tactics from the manager, and he's got to improve. And if he thinks that he's going to just buy more players and continue facing problems against low blocks and not find a solution, and continue facing problems against mid blocks and not find a solution, he's gonna get himself sacked. If he signs, all players this summer, without a profile like Eze or Xavi Simons, without a profile that can help you break down mid blocks, sack him. Honestly, absolutely, sack him, because it will be a waste of money for us to give him another season. And next season, if he doesn't win, he's got to go. Honestly, 100%. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well, and sure Dale will talk about more things later.